Hey everyone, and welcome to Flint Community Players Artist Spotlight, where we give you a look at the artists that are going to be lending their talents to the stage here at Flint Community Players in upcoming productions. Today we are joined by some of the artists that are a part of the next production here at Flint Community Players, the Rocky Horror Show.
My name is Colorgio Romeo, also known as Gio, and I will be playing one of the Phantoms. I have described my Phantom as peculiar and a little ditzy, lofty.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I sometimes go by B. My character in the play is a phantom, and for this character, I've decided my character is kind of a little bit on the unusual side. She's a little bit shy, but she's also a very caring phantom as well.
So my name is Caroline Lostutter. I'm going to be playing one of the 6 Phantoms. And my Phantom specifically, I wanted her to be kind of sultry, kind of mischievous, and yeah, just kind of getting Brad and Janet to where they need to be.
The Phantoms are like the storytellers. They're like the ones who are like bringing the story forth into life. We are just creating from the story up and then like bringing it down with us, because we're just here for the party and we want everyone to be a part of it, so we're just going to drag everyone along into the story that we see fit for it.
I think the Phantoms, they're just always kind of there leading the show on. You could say they're like souls of the deceased, or you could say they're just like the minions of Frankfurt.
I would say that the Phantoms kind of remind me of like the Fates from Greek mythology, where like they know what's going to happen, they know what all the choices are going to be, and their goal is just to get them to that place. And Brad and Janet have the free will to do whatever they want, but in the end, the Phantoms know what's going to go down.
So can you tell us a little bit about the plot of the Rocky Horror Show?
I kind of think it's almost like a sexual awakening, just finding out who you are and embracing that fully. I think of like Sigmund Freud and like the id, and just like digging into like who you are at your deepest, most like primal self, and like exploring it and going with it.
It revolves around Brad and Janet, who they're 2 fairly naive characters who end up basically having this stormy night, having a tire have a hole in it, and then they have to go to the castle where they meet Frankenfurter, and they meet Magenta and Riff Raff and Columbia and all the other characters.
Don't dream it, just be it. Just like, you want something, do it. Like, you want something, go for it and grab it. And honestly, I think that is one of the most beautiful things you can tell in a musical. It is the most profound like story you can have for a musical. Like, it's like very big, it's very dramatic, it's grand. Like, you don't dream it, be it. Like be what you want. And so that, I think, is like my favorite part about this. Is like, it is like one of the few like musicals and plays out there that is truly queer celebration rather than queer trauma. And that is like the best part about it.
This musical has tons of iconic songs and dances. What would you say is your favorite number in the show to dance to?
That's like a hard question, but I would say I'm probably gonna have to go with the floor show. It's probably like a popular favorite, but I just really like the different moods in it, like the different elements of it, how it goes from just, you see pretty much all the different characters and how they've changed over the course of the play, and you just see how they're now like expressing themselves fully.
I love Eddie's Teddy. It's just so choreographed, and it makes me think of White Christmas, like the number choreography, because it's so clean, and it's like these clear movements that are really showing you what the song's about, and I just think stuff like that is super fun.
Hot Patootie just feels like a giant party. It's a hard number, but it's just a giant party. It's like the one where we can all just like be super energetic. Like even Brad and Janet can just like be there for the party. They're just there having a good time, but like it's also just like Eddie's there. It's like the first time we see like the rock star, and so like, I think Hot Patootie is like the big one for me. I think it's like a nice party.
So So the Rocky Horror Show is based on the movie The Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a cult classic and has a huge following of loving, dedicated fans. What would you say is your favorite movie that has that cult classic status to it?
I'd probably say A Nightmare Before Christmas. That one's a really fun one. It has great music, it has great characters, and also it's just a good story.
I would have to say, it's hard, it's like a toss-up between two because I don't know if one is. But Heathers, obviously, fantastic. I love that movie. Winona Ryder, Christian Slater, amazing on screen. It's fantastic. And then, I just recently heard this one but White Chicks apparently is a cult classic. That one, that takes me back to middle school. That's a crazy movie, and I think it's so funny.
It's gonna sound really cheesy, I'm gonna say Rocky Horror. Like, this is my 8th year with Rocky, like, not like with this show specifically, I've never done the musical, this is my first time doing the musical, but I've done Rocky Shadowcast for the past 8 years, and it brings me home, honestly. It brings me home. And like, I'm Coming Home is like a piece that just speaks to me because Rocky Horror is just a piece for anyone who feels like they don't have anything. And that's what I love about Rocky Horror because it is my favorite cult classic. I could say Mean Girls, I could say anything, but it is just Rocky Horror to me. It is, at the heart of it, it's Rocky.
Alright, that's about all the time we have today, so thank you so much for joining us, and make sure that you catch these wonderful artists in the upcoming musical here at Flint Community Players, The Rocky Horror Show.
This is going to be a really fun show. Everybody's been working really hard, and you don't want to miss it.
Hope to see you guys at Rocky Horror September 15th to the 25th. Come to the interactive shows if you are not a square.
Show's gonna be amazing. If you are new to Rocky Horror, it's gonna be something you never forget if you come see it. And it's just gonna be great. I think our interpretation of it is fantastic. All the different colors and themes that we're using in the show, it just makes it very unique, and it's gonna be a very special performance.
Awesome.